All right, the Awakening expansion has dropped, so I thought I'd jump into Runeterra for the first time in a little while. Try some things out, show off some new cards, new mechanics, new decks before disappearing for another month, and yeah, not posting any videos. So these are the 3 decks we're going to be playing today, utilizing a couple of new champions and various combinations of stuff. These are the ones that interested me the most during the spoiler season, and so we're going to focus on building decks with them. The first deck we're going to play today, it's probably the worst of the 3 if I had to guess, but we're starting off with it because it is entirely made up of new cards. 2 new Runeterra champions and their followers. So let's do a quick look at those first, and I'll quickly explain the new sort of central mechanic, which is actually a new card type that both of these champions care about, plus their followers, and see what we got working with here. So Jax is a Weaponmaster, and all of his stuff, his origin lets you put Weaponmasters into your deck, so there's a lot of Weaponmaster units, but also some cards that have that designation. Kayn cares about, he's a Darkin, but he cares about Cultists, and so similarly there's a bunch of Cultist units in the game, but also some Cultist spells and whatnot in the game. So both of these champions and their followers care in some way, shape, or form about a new card type called Equipment. Let's just pull up a piece of equipment for now, just so we can get a sense of how it works. Yeah, it's not gonna show any unless I do some switching up here. Okay, where's a nice, simple, easy to understand equipment? So equipment functions very similarly to attach units. If you recall from a few sets ago, Yuumi and her attach fellows, you play the cost, you attach the unit to a unit you already have in play, bolstering its stats with the stats of that card. If that unit leaves play, the attached unit, or in this case the equipment, comes back to hand. Timing-wise, it's kind of like a focus speed spell, I suppose, except it passes priority to your opponent. Some notable nuances with equipment versus attached allies: you can only play each individual piece of equipment once per turn. So you can't just continuously attach, reattach those cards. But yeah, like them, they provide their stats. You can only have 1 per unit to come back to hand. Not much else to say about it. So a lot of the cards in these 2 new sets of cards, whatever you want to call it, the Weaponmasters and Cultists, care about equipment in some way, shape, or form. The Cultist cards pretty much just like get some sort of bonus when you've played an equipment. So they can either become cheaper, they get new keywords. The Weaponmasters cards, a lot of them have this new term improvise, which is effectively kind of like manifesting equipment into your hand and equipping them immediately to that unit. So you have a set pool of 8 cards to choose from. This one shows you randomly 2 of them. You pick it. That one can't be picked again for further improvise effects, and etc., etc. So now, again, like that is a piece of equipment that they generate. It goes into play. So if that unit dies, that equipment's going to get back to your hand for you to play around with later on. Other thing that's worth noting about both of these champions, they have this term auto-equip. Auto-equip references a piece of equipment, and basically when they're played, they immediately equip that equipment at no cost. And then again, so similar to improvise, except they improvise a very specific thing that's unique to them, and if they die, this equipment goes back to your hand. And so they do various things that's worth noting. This one, the Light of Acacia for Jax, it has quick attack, so the equipment gives him quick attack. He's effectively a 2-mana 3/2 quick attacker in his first level. And then if he's leveled, he gets Overwhelm. Very simple. There's a new mechanic that our deck's not utilizing that exists in the game now called Forge that increases the power of equipment on an ally. So effectively, it boosts them, but then if they die, you don't lose the bonus because it's on the equipment. It goes back to hand. We're not going to be playing with that this set, but you might see it, and I guess I'll point it out when we do see it. But yeah, enough blabbing. But I felt it was necessary for other people who might be coming back into the game for the first time in a while. So now that that's over and done with, let's jump into some games to see if we can win some with our pile of equipment cards that I just kind of threw together. Don't think we want a second Jax in our opening hand. I like it, though. Keeper of the Box. Good against more aggressive lists. I think I'd rather look for either a 1-drop or just something else, like maybe removal for this LeBlanc. We have the 1 Cultist card that removes. Okay, so we got a nice curve here, 1, 2, 3. That works for me. So Cultist, 1 mana, 2/1 predict becomes a 3/2 if you see a Darken or an equipment. This deck we're not running any actual pieces of equipment in the main deck because we have so many cards that improvise to do it. So really, it's only going to get the bonus if we find a Kayn, which we don't mind doing, but normally we're just using this to smooth out our draws. Oh, plus, I think I'll actually grab this as a form. This is pretty good too, but I grabbed this for interaction. The other thing I forgot to mention about Kayn's origin, in addition to letting you put Cultist cards in your deck, once you've played 3+ Cultist units specifically, you draw him. So we don't normally like to keep him in the opening hand, but his champion spell is quite good. I don't know where it is, right here. So we don't mind seeing one of him before that ability pops off to then get a second copy of him. What punishes us for playing out this Jax? I suppose we get punished by Culling Strike. So maybe we want to play him out now. Why don't we start with the Bakai and see what we find? Do I like any of these? I think I'm actually going to skip this. I don't think I really want any of that right now. We'll see what they're up to and what they're looking to do here. We might be like playing Jax, then like challenging, hooking, killing something. But they are a Frostbite deck, so that's not likely to work. Yeah. I still think I want to play him out, though. Is that true? Question is, what else are we doing with our mana? We don't have, we have this thing in hand to revive him at some point in the future. So even if they Culling Strike him, not the worst thing in the world. Maybe because they were... Maybe I shouldn't have picked this one and I should have picked the other one that creates a Cathian Mirage or whatever it's called. Because this is unlikely to work against a deck like theirs most of the time, right? Called the Culling Strike. I'm just going to go ahead and swing here. I guess I could have given one of these guys quick attack, but like they're just going to block the other one, so... Push some damage, kill a thing, move on. Yeah, I think grabbing this was a mistake. I should have done the 1 mana card. We would have been applying so much more pressure to them.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Just immediately. This is interesting. If they attack with that, I mean, we trade, obviously. If they pass to us, are we passing back and losing 2 mana to their 1? No, we're losing more. What am I talking about? We're losing 3 mana to their 1. Don't know. I could start by equipping Light of Acacia to this and see how that feels, especially with another lure.
The best lies are beautiful.
The best lies are beautiful. Well, now we need a blocker either way.
What's this? I'm in shock. I'll cut them apart. Face me.
I'm using this guy as a gain too. I think I'm gonna skip the block here. Now, there's a couple options here. Would like to kill LeBlanc, obviously. Good chance they have Frostbite though. It's not likely to work. We can try. Another Jax is interesting.
I'm armed. Am I armed?
I am everywhere. I am everyone.
A deck like this is going to be very, very bad against Frostbite effects. Because we're just so reliant on the ability to deal damage to do anything to our opponent.
Honoring Acacia by pounding bad guys.
They Culling Strike this again, I'm probably just going to concede.
All the world on one arrow.
I mean, the chances of this working are so slim, but I think we try. And then just concede when it fails. We're too far behind at this point, so... Against a deck that's probably very good into what we're trying to do, so we'll just move on. Hello? This is a really efficient card. I think I'm going to keep it. They are like a control deck, so they're going to be a lot of removal. So having a way to get a unit back and immediately equip it with something, just like quickly, efficiently, I think is worthwhile. We didn't draw into anything that we can play on our first 2 turns, of course, so that feels... And then drew another one of these, so that feels really bad, but... I think it's correct to keep this. We have so many ways. Like, we have so many early game... We have so many cards to play in the early turns of the game anyway. I don't think aggressively mulliganing this, looking for one, is correct, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, what do we want to do? I guess we want to do this so that it can attack in, except he's going to Darkness, but that's fine. We have Blades of the Fallen.
One
wondrous discoveries await below. Persistence is key. My research!
I mean, this kind of checks what they're doing, so yeah. It's Cultist number 1 we've played. Does this keep track of it? Does anything keep track of it? Doesn't seem like it. Now, do I want to be a little greedy and Wandering Shepherd this before swinging with it? Let's try to get more value. If they play like a Vengeance, that takes up their whole turn, so I don't think I care that much about that. Guess we'll go with that one. There is a scout item, so I could try to play for that off of her. Doesn't do a whole lot though, because it gives you only +1, so she'd be a 2-mana 2/1 with scout, which is not particularly interesting.
What are you wearing?
They're targeting that one. Interesting. There's a chance they play another card that makes us want to play this. Just get more items kind of in the rotation. Ooh, that's kind of nice.
Sometimes you're the fish, sometimes you're the bait.
She's not a good blocker anyway, so may as well make something that can trade with what they got going on. Yeah, so you can kind of see this deck, and I think it's probably going to be true for the other ones we're playing. They're not really doing anything super fancy, just trying to play out efficient units and beat down our opponents. Just playing around with some new cards, new mechanics, not doing anything super fancy, but hopefully... Really? Destroy a unit's equipment. Sure.
Come on, where's the competition?
Where's the competition? I think we'll keep our units around.
Ready your weapons. We rise.
I think I'd rather save the Overwhelm one in hand for something. Probably just gonna play double Castaway this turn. Deal 2 to an enemy. Yeah, sure.
Rather be sailors, but this looks fun too.
They'll probably target this. Just fine.
How fares the mana crystal number 3? Soon, Lord Vagar. It will be ready soon.
They can't kill both of our stuff, so I'll go with the other powerful one.
Hey, I've done more with less.
The surviving one of these will oh yeah, I was gonna say we'll challenge Vagar, but that's not an option. So them swinging and dying with this to then buff this to 3 actually doesn't do anything. But if they pass the turn without using it, then they're gonna get beat down. So do I like generating spell mana, or do I want to overwhelm? I guess we'll generate spell mana.
We'll make them pay. Smooth brain fool! Give up now!
I don't know that we're going to commit any more to the board. Now I might, well, I think it's a...
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
I guess we'll continue to improve our stuff if there's things to improve. But I don't want to get got by like a Ruination on our next turn. They'd have to kill one of their own unit. Like, they're killing a Vygar, but... how much more mana? They'd be at 3, 7, 10, yeah, so... What do we think? Do we think they're going to Ruinate their board next turn?
Anyone seen any sheep around here? I, lost mine.
Now they almost have to. So we're hoping to get a... I would have said another unit, preferably one of our champions.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to you, little guy.
I think it's... How much damage is this? Ugh, that's so much damage. So unfortunately, they're gonna get to generate a couple of things here. Yeah, this kind of stinks. I guess if they don't want to lose their Senna, they're going to have to point a second darkness at the same unit.
Darkness and light.
Strike if you must.
We're probably not supposed to block her though. Is that true? Cannot play that the same turn. Guess we'll go with this. Which is going to be unfortunate if they have another group shot.
Witness true power.
Shadow and misery.
We can't kill him this round, sadly, which means I think we're dead. This block's here, this block's here. They could just take this hit if they really wanted to, or they could just trade. Actually, they could just go here. If I were them, I'd just go here. Block here, maybe? Oh, wait, they can't. That's fearsome, right? So they... Yeah. They need to...
No.
Yeah, if I were them, I wouldn't gamble. Senna's good, but... You don't want to die to some random other effect. Especially if you have a second one in hand, which they might, but yeah, or that. Same diff. Same diff. Nope. Would really like one of our champions now, please. Oh yeah, there we go. Third cultist. Doesn't matter. They have too much stuff at this point. Ugh. So far, our pile of big dumb beaters isn't really doing anything. They got like a 3-2-1 split or something? Or does this not care about order anymore? I don't actually recall. As much as I like this card, the chances of it getting to kill something in this matchup's pretty slim. Because again, they just have so many defensive spells that they usually have access to, whether it be frostbite effects or troll whatever. Sure. think I like that actually. I'm just gonna crack them because there's a good chance they have there's a chance they have Avalanche in their deck. I'd rather crack them for 5 here. Okay, what does this do? Create a fleeting time and dedication hand, forge an ally. So unless they have a mana door ally, that doesn't do anything.
What's this? A new clock.
Well, they get it around start though. Pretty darn good. Which of these do I play? We can find the one that makes us bigger. Nope.
You can fix anything with anything. I'll prove it. Rather be sailors, but this looks fun too.
That's pretty good. So I want to play this first. I think so.
They will fear my name.
And grovel before mine.
Yes.
I'm gonna refrain from putting anything else into play until they've gone out of avalanche range.
I know you've been stealing my place, Captain. Hey, they patch up the hull real good.
You're looking at Ionian Chef 10 times running.
Without pity.
I could block. It doesn't really do anything. I could block here. They didn't do that though, so it makes me think they have a combat trick or like something else. I could always just resurrect though.
The shadows reveal a new darkened weapon.
And I will take it as well.
Okay. All right, we beat our opponent, who was also doing something slow and dumb.
You see, Darken, a display of true power.
Portals, portals, portals. We have plenty of 3s, so we don't need to keep anything like that or that. Okay, keep jacks though, I guess. That's nice. Got a nice bank spell mana for this, 2/3. This card pairs nicely with this as well. If we want to get cheeky. See what our opponent does first, though. This is a nice pickup. I assume that's going to be very good against their Nora. What are you up to? Last brand, randomly top 4 cards. Sure. Top 4 cards of your deck. Okay.
Want to line up for your beatdowns or go all at once?
Let's see. I'm not super excited to do this into this, I don't think. Maybe it's the best time for this. So I could also play her. That doesn't do much. I guess I'll pick this.
Huh? No, Jax. I'm on your side. Don't worry.
Hoping for the quick attack one here. That's a okay consolation prize, I guess. Yeah, I think I like that one.
Finish up something to eat after this battle?
Catch and release only. Do you kill everyone you beat? Instant.
Presumably they're chumping with at least this here, but they might decide that they just don't want to take a ton of damage.
Back to the stand.
They Do we think they're gonna have a Nora? How does she leveled up? How does she leveled up? That doesn't make sense. I don't really want them to pass back though.
Hey, Captain, how's the ship holding up?
Still full of holes after you taunted that sea monster, you dolt.
Yeah, bolt. Might like that more than the quick attack. But I think rather than waste the spell mana, we'll just chill. This can't get through anyway,
Face a ghost.
so I guess we'll just block. I think I like this actually now. Also means it can't die to Pokestick. Okay, well we're not getting through anytime soon. So, I guess we'll just keep playing to the board. Grant a stance to an ally. That's annoying. What do I like between these two? Kind of like more defense.
Hey, Captain, how's the ship holding up?
Still full of holes after you taunted that sea monster, you dolt.
Cup of tea? Fine by me.
Lefty Lucy.
I want to put Jax last because he's going to level up the first time one of these things strikes. Ooh, this was a bit of a mistake. I probably should have Furious Wieldered before attacking.
Don't need tools for this.
Because then I could have gotten his level up condition, which would have given him +3/+3. Yeah, that might have been better. Because like it's looking like I'm probably going to do that anyway, right? Yeah. Yeah, we could have pushed more damage here. Well, we'll see if it matters.
Got a whetstone? Gotta sharpen my lamp. Years of battle and I'm just warming up.
Running out of steam a little bit here. I'm just gonna pass. It's unlikely they pass back, and I also kind of want to see if they play something I want to hit with Furious Wielder. I don't want to get these buffs.
You best believe I don't play.
Yeah, something like that, for example. Again, I think I'm just going to pass, because if they just pass back without attacking, I think I'm fine with that. They get so much value from attacking from their units that just, like, it not happening is unlikely. Now we get to do this. And they only get one bonus from the... Actually, that's not true. They can chain it, but whatever.
Won't need tools for this.
Guess we want to do this.
Carry me at sea.
I guess I'll pass for now. Come on, a unit. Yay, that's a unit. In theory, that's good. That could be really good with him, except it means he doesn't get overwhelmed, so maybe not. So we'll just go with this.
Around here? I lost mine.
Sadly, if they take him off the table, we don't have a way to play a Heedless Resurrection. We can play this and this, but not equip it at the same time, which is unfortunate.
within.
Pot o' Pain. So that means... Well, this already has Fearsome. So maybe I go with this.
Any takers?
Remember when I missed 3 points of damage? Could be relevant. Could end up being very relevant. Yeah, if I did what I think I was supposed to do, taking out that Nora pre-combat, he'd be at 1 right now, which means this Pot o' Pain on any unit is lethal, which is kind of nuts. If this thing can find the draw to create a guy at burst speed, that would be very, very good for us. Fortunately, it did not. Am I into a Furious Wielder? I'm into any of this, honestly. Man, I really want the draw to. I really would also like a Cultist. Okay. I was gonna say a Cultist would be good as well. I think what we were gonna do there was just skip. I guess our opponent didn't have any other blockers in hand or way to generate portals. Thought we might be in trouble there, but they just like didn't really generate all that much. And what they did generate wasn't bad actually, but maybe they ran a little hot. Full mull from our opponent. I think we gotta like tempo our opponent out of the game based on what they have. Their champions are expensive. So we want to get like under what they're doing.
Want to line up for your beatdowns or go all at once?
The box bestows for a prize.
Sure.
A voice from within.
Hope you shred. You're gonna want to watch this.
Am I playing hooky or am I just attacking here? Scout Defender could be good as well. They probably have one of their own, however. One of their own would be kind of irritating.
Catch and release only. Do you kill everyone you beat?
Any takers?
What do they have? I'm just gonna attack.
You will see.
Even if you fall, your fighting spirit will keep on going.
These two are pretty good this turn.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
I'm just gonna beat down whatever I don't pick. Ooh. I think we try to kill that.
Said.
For Acacia! And you know what? Also for me! Don't do memory. Do war, though. You in?
Am I? Yes, I am in. Pledge the dark within. This feels right.
They could play another blocker, but this is +1/+1 on him plus something else. Is that worth it? I think so. They're not likely to be able to kill either my units for this. I don't really need to hold this up.
If you're gonna sit down, make sure you stretch. Think you could fish up something to eat after this battle?
Catch and release only. Do you kill everyone you beat?
Now I can do it in like post-attack.
Spear blade or palm.
I mean, he's gonna block here anyway. It doesn't matter. I'll just make him give him the opportunity to make a mistake, I guess.
The abyss. Ready your weapons. We rise.
All right.
The undoing draws near.
Yes, yours. Cowards. Hush.
Oh, deal. That's fine. Eliminating the option for me to make a mistake and let him do that. If he passes back, I just attack. If he doesn't, then I get to... Oh, I could have done that too. Probably not worth it.
This feels right.
I should have attacked with this last.
Witness.
Wow, what a beating.
The undoing draws near.
Yes, yours.
Good talk.
Triumph is built on a foundation of death.
Didn't get to see Kayn really do anything that set, but we're going to move on to another deck where he is kind of our main champion, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, again, kind of just slapped this deck together, playing two somewhat synergistic champions from the new set. I don't think we've ever played a deck on this channel that's had that's been made entirely of, like, 100% of the deck was made of cards from the new set, so that's kind of neat too. And I mean, it's got some stuff going for it. I do think the next two decks we're playing though are probably the better directions to take kind of these archetypes in. Jax wants you to be a more aggressive shell, where Kayn wants you to be in something a little bit more mid-rangey, and so we kind of paired them accordingly, I'd like to think. But, you know, new set, new cards, we're experimenting, so we'll see how they feel. But this would just kind of get to give a taste of a bunch of new stuff, but we're going to end it there and move on to the next deck.